Spanish convert to Islam, and he joined in because he doesn't believe like the Salafis do. He's more of an Ashari. So he's here. So I forgot it's him. He's a very friendly guy. So that
Hey
means
guys, let's
I didn't know who you
go.
were, man. I thought you were one of these shows. But go ahead, buddy. What's up? Talk to me.
No, I mean, first and foremost, thank you for having me.
My pleasure, buddy. It's good to have
Yeah,
someone sincere.
yeah. So, I don't know. I have questions.
If I can
I've been,
answer, man, I don't know if I can, but
yeah,
ask, bro. Shoot.
I've been going to. So, a friend of mine, also Hispanic, he invited me to church.
Wow.
Uh, I know, right?
I'm proud of him, man. I mean, hey, he's bold enough to say, come on, bro, come, let's go to
Yeah,
church.
and I told him, listen, I respect you and I love everybody, so I come to your church if you give a try my
Oh,
mosque.
so you're one of those snake oil salesmen. If
No,
you
no,
come
no,
to
no,
my
no,
masjid, I like you, man. Stuck for
no,
Allah.
no. And then I told him, would you do it? He's like, yeah, we'll give it a try. I'm like, just because you said that, I will go to church. So I
Okay.
went to church for 1 week. I learned a lot. So I
Nice.
have questions.
Yeah. Okay. So did he end up going to the mosque?
No.
Okay, I like that guy already. Okay, what's the questions about the all right, go. What's the
Uh,
question about the church, buddy?
okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
So the in the church they were talking about how Jesus fulfilled the prophecy
Mm-hmm.
when
Which
Jesus
one?
was talking about like how Jonah was in the belly of the fish for
Yep.
3 days and 3 nights,
Yep.
and he came out alive. So in order to fulfill that prophecy, right? So he said the Son of Man will be in the belly of the earth.
Okay, I know this is ahmed deedat, but it's okay. You got it from the pastor. So
No, no, no. So the
what
pastor
about
was
Jonah though?
no pastor was talking about it, and then
Yeah.
I YouTube about it.
Oh yes, your YouTube. Yes, yes. Okay, so
Yeah, and
objection. Yeah,
then
we heard
no,
that.
no, and I hear, and then I want to hear your version about it. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think about that?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
Okay, what about what's your question though? Because there's
So, for
two
example,
objections that they bring up. Go ahead.
right, like Dr. Zakir Naik and those
No,
guys.
it's like you heard.
No,
No,
that
just like
guy.
Jonah was alive, he is alive.
Right. So Jesus has to be alive to fulfill the prophet. That's what he says.
Well, he
So
can say what he wants.
I
It's not
know
what Jesus said. The comparison is.
exactly. So I want to hear your perspective on that.
No, there's two problems with what Naik is saying in repeating what he heard from Deedat. It's not from Naik, by the way. It's from Deedat.
Mhm.
Naik repeats it. But number one, he assumes that Jonah was alive. That's an assumption. But number two, he assumes that the comparison is the condition of Jonah as opposed to the time that Jonah was in the belly of the whale. What do I mean? Here, let me show you. Because I thought I quoted in the article. I didn't, but that's okay. Matthew 12, 38, 41. Then some of the scribes and Pharisees said to him, Teacher, we wish to see a sign from you. But he answered them, an evil adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign will be given to except the sign of the prophet Jonah. For as Jonah was 3 days, this is where Jesus is drawing the analogy, not his condition, whether he was there alive or dead, but the period of time.
Mhm.
As Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the great fish, so will the Son of Man, he explains it, will be 3 days, 3 nights in the heart, in the heart of the earth. So he's not saying my condition will be like Jonah's condition. So whether he was alive or dead, therefore I'll have the same condition. No, he's saying just like Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the fish, I'll be in the heart of the earth for the same period of time.
Mhm.
That's the first response. But then I'll let you bring up because I know what the other part of the objection is. So do you know the other part or are you going to bring it up?
No, I don't know the other part actually.
Oh, okay. All right. So why should I bring it up? The other part will say, well, Jesus wasn't 3 days and 3 nights in, I don't even know why I brought up, but I'm going to bring it up. Anyway, I have the article here. Jesus wasn't 3 days and 3 nights in the earth because if he died Friday and he's buried Friday, that's Friday. And then you have Saturday and then Sunday. So that's Friday evening, all day Saturday, and Sunday morning. That's not 3 days, 3 nights, you see? That's the other objection that they bring up. The only problem with that is that's not the meaning of 3 days and 3 nights. If you let the Bible explain what it means to speak of 2 days or 2 nights, or 1 day and 1 night, or 3 days and 3 nights, it doesn't mean literally 72 hours. It means any period of time that will last up until the 3rd day. How do I know it? I'll show it to you. And I'll give you a modern English example just to help you understand in English. If I say, how many days a week do you work?
6 days.
But how many hours in a day is there? A day has how many hours?
24.
So you work 6 24-hour days? Hold on, my daughter. But you just said 6 days, dude.
Okay, I see. I work 3 days.
Okay. Mama, I'm live. Come watch me, you and Zippy. Go to my YouTube channel. I'm doing good. I'm missing you. My poor daughter. She misses me. Okay, so but you worked how many days?
3 days.
3 days only?
Yeah, 12 hours.
How many? Well, no, brother. You said 6 days. Get stuck.
I know.
But I thought days 24 hours. So you work 6 24-hour days?
No, I work 6 12-hour days.
So the point is, even in English, you have what they call idiomatic expressions, idioms, where a person understands what you mean. So I say, man, I work 5 days. The person knows you don't mean 5 24-hour days. It means that you work part of a day, but you can call it a day. Likewise, in the culture of Jesus, not your culture or mine, when you say to someone 3 days and 3 nights or 2 days and 2 nights, you're not saying 72 hours or 48 hours. You're meaning a period lasting up until the 3rd day. And how do we know? Here it is, Matthew 16:21. And then he must be killed and on the 3rd day be raised to life. The same gospel says that Jesus said he'd be raised on a 3rd day. But if 3 days and 3 nights were literal, then he should have said he'd be raised up on the 4th day. Right?
Yeah, I remember because I read the Bible in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Or here, Matthew 17:22-23. They will kill him, and on the 3rd day he'll be raised to life. Again, on the 3rd day he'll be raised to life. So point being, 3 days and 3 nights for the Jewish audience.
Right.
I'll give you guys the article. Does not mean literally 72 hours, because if you meant 70 hours, that means you would say, and he'd be raised on the 4th day. It only means a period of time lasting up until the 3rd day. So that's how it works. So that does not prove Jesus was alive in the grave, nor does it prove that Jesus did not remain in the grave 3 days and 3 nights, because it's not meant to be 72 hours, let alone the fact that if you read Jonah very carefully, the impression given by Jonah is that he actually died. His soul actually went into Sheol, into the prison, and then his soul was summoned to return to his body, if you read Jonah 2 carefully. But that's neither here nor there. So that was the first. That was your first question. Any other questions?
Yes, sir. So, man, you're very knowledgeable. That's incredible.
Well, that's the Holy Spirit, brother. That's not me. I don't take.
I know. Hey,
formal education.
You're guided. You're guided. I tell you.
Well, that's amazing. A Muslim says I'm guided because I worship Jesus.
Well, that's another thing that's surprising me, right? Like, for example, when I was on the live of, I call him Avery, God Logic, right?
Yeah.
So everybody was like, "Can every Muslim be this chill?" And I'm like, I don't know why non-Muslim is like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because we have jerks in every group. We have Christians who are jerks in every group. But anyway.
Yeah.